Hi Virgo, welcome to March. This will be your March tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So let's get started. I'm going to pull a few oracle cards first before we get into the tarot, and we'll see what's going on for March. What are the themes, energies, things that will play out in March for the Virgos out there? March. What is the energies to pay attention to? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have a release. All right, first, miracles. Beautiful. And patience. Okay, all right, go with the flow. Just go with the flow. So some of you may be trying too hard to release something instead of just letting it kind of naturally come to its conclusion. Or some of you may be trying to like force like manifestations or miracles or things like that. Just be patient with things. I feel like things are coming. It's just about you need to stay in the flow. Transformation is coming, and so is freedom, and adventures is next as well. So all right, that's what I have there. Let's look at the tarot and see what's going on, see if we can get a little bit more into this. So it's an element spread that I do here. This is just going to be more in general terms, but we will look at emotions and see what's coming towards you in that sense, and passion and mental state and outcomes and things like that. All right, so let's get started, Virgo, and see what's going on for you in March. Okay, so what are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in March, please? March. Messages for Virgo. Let's look at fire, water, air, and earth. Okay. So, there we go. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. So, some of you have sort of lost your passion for something, or most likely, I mean, quite frankly, I think all of us are going a little insane over things right now. All right, I think a lot of us have kind of reached our point with some certain things. Okay, all right, I see what's going on. All right, okay, yay, beautiful. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so pretty clear message here, Virgos, I see. And tarot, I do tarot for predictive reasons, right? So it's like, sure, it may resonate now and things like that, but this is predictive. So let's, the whole point is to see like what things may come up, and then we can kind of utilize that to make adjustments, like, okay, maybe I don't want my energy to go that way, so I'm going to switch this up or switch that up. I feel like some of you have just sort of kind of lost the mojo sort of thing, right? With the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So some of you too, I mean, there's a very clear thing here that there could be some kind of third party situation going on, some kind of conflict in a love situation. Now, this is a general reading, but that is pretty apparent on the board here. And if so, I feel like it's probably time to gain some closure in this, but we'll get there. All right. But for others of you, as far as like, this is your fire energy. There's no fire here. All right. So it's like, that's what, why we do tarot for predictive, and then hopefully preventative or adjusting, our situation. So I would be on guard. If this were my reading, I would put myself on guard then for March and say, no, I'm not going to be like, because this is feeling, a lot of anxiety about situations. The Three of Cups, again, this could be over a third-party situation, or it could just be about dating in general, or like networking, or like maybe something to do with family. It could be a lot of different things. All right, like this is more, I feel like, where you want to be, but it's like you have a lot of stress or anxiety that's kind of keeping you up. And the Five of Pentacles, it could be financial worries. That's possible for some of you. Maybe you feel like you need to get networking, in order to make more money, but it's like not really your thing, and that's bothering you, but there's something here about like your passion and your motivation are feeling pretty blah, from this reading. So that would be something to definitely pay attention to. And you do have one bright card here, the Three of Cups, which is networking or dating or, what have you, or enjoying the company of others. All right, could lift your spirits and things like that. But the Five of Pentacles, if it's not financial worries that you are envisioning for yourself, then it could just mean, A little bit of depression, and again, like I said, who isn't a kind of, borderline in that mode with everything? I think it's really, getting to a lot of people, and especially if you're in, a colder climate or, face, these storms that we've had, this past month and things like that. Sure. That can kind of put a damper on motivation and things like that. But we're going to look at this a little more on like, what is suggested to climb out of that or to prevent it. Okay. So we'll look at that in a minute. But let's look at your emotions, because here's where I think a lot of this has to do with like a love situation. You have the Hanged Man, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Lover's card. So the Four of Wands oftentimes is a card of either it's like spending time at somebody's home a lot or them spending time at yours, or it can be like a marriage card or a living together card, things like that. So there could be some sort of choice that you have coming up this month about possibly moving in with someone or taking a relationship further. Or for some of you, you could be a third party in a marriage situation. And this is asking you, the Hanged Man is asking you to look at things from all perspectives in this situation. So not just seeing it from your point of view, but seeing it from like everyone's involved, point of view. Now, these aren't bad cards, but it's just based on what I'm seeing for the kind of overview of your cards. I feel like it's important the choices that you make at this time emotionally. All right. And that's what the Hanged Man is here for, to really observe that. All right. Now, the other thing this could be too is like if you guys are married or you do live together or something like that, this could be something about needing to see the other person's perspective about something to do with the home. Like maybe they want to move or they want to do something with the home. This is about looking at all the different angles of things. Sometimes the Hanged Man is a card of needing to make some smaller sacrifices or things like that in order for the big picture to come into play. So there is that energy. All right. So let's see. So your air energy, or like where communications might show up, or your mental state and things like that. This I like. All right. This is probably like the cream of the crop in this reading. Ding! Did you hear that? Awesome. Because you have the High Priestess, you have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Six of Swords. So in your mental state or mental energy or what have you, yes, there could be communication. There could be new love coming in with the Ace of Cups. Absolutely. But mostly what I see here is following your intuition. I feel like your intuition is going to be very on point this month, and you're going to be paying attention to it, which is a very good thing. So I think it takes a minute though, because again, I feel like your passion is sort of like somebody dumps too much water on it. It's kind of dampened the flames, I feel. But this is what's going to kind of your mental attitude, because attitude is everything, is going to be the turnabout. All right. So listening to your intuition, I feel like you are. Ace of Cups is here, so that is a card of self-love. That is a card of unconditional love. And the Six of Swords is about moving away from things that do not serve you. So for some of you, the other message this could be too, again, if this is third party in any way, is it could be saying like, don't be somebody's secret, move away from that energy. That's not for you. First, it may be, it depends. It's a general reading, but for most of you, I feel like it could be saying, that your intuition is telling you that you're just going to be the secret person. So you need to move away from this, before you get in even deeper. All right. So there's that message for third party type situations. But if it is not that, again, I feel like your mental state is very clear. Your intuition is really guiding you at this time, so pay attention to it. And because of like your like you do love yourself, you don't want to put yourself in this like sort of energy of not sleeping and no self-confidence and things like that. You know that's not for you for very long. We all fall into that mode here and there, but it's like I feel like you're the type that like recognizes it, and you're going to pick yourself up and move away from any issues that are bothering you too much. So your mental focus and that sort of area of this reading looks like it's on par and in a good energy. Now, as far as your outcome energy, the earth energy, so like what's actually kind of happening, on the the real plane, or well, the earth plane. I don't know if it's the real plane. You have the Page of Pentacles, you have the World, and then you have the Five of Wands. So again, if this is more in regards to love, I feel like somebody, you might be involved in some kind of tricky situation here. All right, and this person probably is going to contact you again, but it's a conflict. It's the Five of Wands. You guys really aren't on the same page. So the World card is about closure in a situation. It's about ending something in order to start something new. And you do have this release card. So I feel like if something is released, it's like, just be patient, because it's like you're going to have some sort of miracle come in. All right. But it's going to require releasing something. So I feel like somebody could call you or, look you up again and, hey, what's going on? But it could just turn into more conflict or not being on the same page, possibly dramas, with the Five of Wands. So we're going to clarify a few of these things. Congratulations, Virgo. Yours is the first I've had to clarify. All right. Tricky Virgos. All right, so let's see. I want to look at your Five of Pentacles and see what's up with that. Yeah, for some of you, this could involve like a marriage. But yeah, look, you have that Nine of Cups here, which is miracle, type card, and it's not that far away. Okay, so let's look at your Five of Pentacles here and see what that may be about, and what's suggested to kind of get out of this energy as far as your passion just seems sort of like dampered or something like that. All right, so what can Virgos do that resonate with this reading to sort of revive this or find their passion this much? What can they do? What is the advice for them? What should they do? Okay, Ten of Wands. All right, let go of something you've been trying to make work for way too long. Realize that it's a connection, or look to other things. Yeah, I feel like this is a love situation. I really do, for most of you. So, yeah, you got two kings here, and you have these like cards of like choices everywhere. So for some of you, like if you're a male Virgo, then you have two sides. All right, you have the side that has love for somebody, but you also have the side that has a lot of passion for somebody. If you are a female, this could be two different kings, and it's the same thing. Like one of them's very magnetic and this and that, and the other one is somebody that you're comfortable with and like you do have a strong bond with. So, but the Hermit is highlighting the King of Wands. So if this is a love situation, then it's highlighting like this magnetic one, like you're not really seeing them for who they really are. So for better or for worse, I don't, that's up to you. It's a general reading. So it's saying to take a closer look at this one. All right, because the Hermit is about wisdom, and it's highlighting this King of Wands, and it's wanting you to take a deeper look at this one. I don't know if that's in for a good, like, oh, maybe you're missing out, like maybe this one really is more than you think, or that could be it, or it could be saying take a deeper look. This is the King of Wands. He's not committable. All right, so it could be either or. That's up to you, to decide. But it is pointing to taking a deeper look at this one. All right, and seeing them for who they really are, not with a blindfold on, but seeing the truth of what the situation really is. All right, it's really highlighting that. If this is not anything to do with love for you in this part of the reading, then I feel like this is saying you just, the King of Wands is what you want to see in the passion area of your reading, because the King of Wands gets up out of the throne and gets things done. He's very creative. He's a creative problem solver. He's a creative energy. And I say he, but it can be she, it doesn't matter. But it does in a sense, because it is male energy. So you can still be a female and you utilize the King of Wands energy. But it's about getting up out of the, not just sitting there with your ideas, getting up and making them happen. All right. And that, just needing to let go of some sort of emotional, connection. I'm not saying you have to break up with someone or you have to end anything or anything like that, but like letting go of something that has been just too long, day to day to day to day, and not really showing, the motivation and passion. So I feel like you're in a situation where you're with somebody kind of not on the same page. And it's not saying like, oh, you have to end things with this person or anything like that, but you do have options. And it's like, it's urging you to basically just get up with your ideas and start making them happen instead of just going day to day to day to day, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. Okay. Now let's look at your conflict card, your 5 of Wands here. So what is going on with that for Virgo? What is this about? What is this Page of Pentacles, the World, and 5 of Wands about for Virgo in March, please? Give me a little more detail on that. Okay. Okay, so some kind of opportunity, yeah, double confirmation there. Yeah, all right, super clear energy here. So, yeah, some kind of opportunity could be coming in here to work with someone else, or somebody may be calling to offer you some sort of like, hey, come join our project, or something along those lines with the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be an actual tangible conversation you have with a couple other people that are similar to you, a card of peers. They might be doing different things, but you're like the right ingredient for the mix or something like that. So if it's work or career related, that could be very likely for you. If this is love related, I feel like there's a phone call, or, somebody gets back in touch or what have you, wanting to get, on the same page, or, something like that. But again, you have the World card here clarified very clearly by the 8 of Cups, which is saying leave something behind. That if you've emotionally invested into this, as much as you can, and you've looked at everything, which I know you have, Virgo, right? It's like, that's what we, I've got like a bazillion planets in Virgo, so that's what I do. I analyze every possible angle of everything, before making decisions. And, I feel like this is saying you've done that, and especially emotionally. But now it's time to stack those cups up, look at them for what they are. Cups are our emotions, and realize that like there's something missing here. There's a missing cup. And it's time to kind of cut your losses kind of card, right? And it's hard and it's difficult because you're heading towards the unknown, but this is all about closure and ending a cycle, releasing, which you have here. And then with this conflict card, it's like the 9 of Pentacles is a card of somebody who can stand in their own individual power. And it's hard, it's hard to do this at times, because it's many times a card of being single. So, because you have options here, but just because you have options doesn't mean that that's the direction that you need to choose either one. Sometimes, it's better to just stand on our own, work on our own stability, find ourselves and our happiness within ourselves, and our groundedness within ourselves first. And then it's like the opportunities or options that come along will be much better suited or matched. All right. Because we shouldn't have to think so hard about whether or not we should do this or whether or not we should do that with love. We do, but then, I think that's probably 98% of the issues that we have is, it shouldn't be this dramatic. It shouldn't be this kind of chaos all the time. Of course it's going to be that sometimes, but not all the time, not day in, day out. All right, so there's something here to release. Stand in your own power here. Be patient. Miracles can happen and will happen. All right, so I really feel like, this is the word, the key. Well, this is the first word to focus on, release. And patience is part of that. But miracles is a good one for you to sort of focus in on. Looks like an interesting month. Definitely some things to weigh out, but I'm really happy to see that energy in like your mindset, because that really is the key to most of these things. And you have a really good, strong mindset this month that's like going to give you the ability to get here, is what I feel. So, all right, that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If so, please click on the ladybug to subscribe. And I do weekly videos, and I go live a lot too, so check it out. All right, thanks, Virgo. Have a fantastic March.